He's the replacement linebacker.
Patrick.
Remind me at the end of the meeting.
Patrick.
Showtime.
Patrick.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Village Board meeting of January 13th. Please join us in our Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, Mrs. Flores.
Trustee Harris-Jones?
Here?
Trustee Willis?
Here.
Trustee Simpson?
Here.
Trustee Mason?
Here.
Trustee Roman?
Here.
Mayor Holfeld?
Here. Representing staff this evening, to my left, our village manager, Napoleon Haney. To my right, our village attorney, Chris Cummings. To the audience's right, our police chief, Tom Johnson. Fire chief, Bob Grabowski. Assistant Economic and Community Development Director, Noah Schumer. Economic and Community Development Director, Angela Maceras. Public Works Director, Josh Furman. And Assistant Village Manager, Karen Sakwa. Then we'll combine both of these. The minutes of December 9th, as well as the public hearing of December 9th. Any additions or corrections? Trustee Harris-Jones.
Nothing for me.
Trustee Willis.
Done.
Trustee Simpson.
No, sir.
Trustee Mason.
No, sir.
Trustee Roman.
Nothing.
May I have a motion to approve both those minutes, please?
So approved.
Second.
Been moved by Trustee Simpson, seconded by Trustee Roman. Roll call, please.
Trustee Harris-Jones?
Aye.
Trustee Willis?
Aye.
Trustee Simpson?
Aye.
Trustee Mason?
Aye.
Trustee Roman?
Aye.
The minutes are approved. The claims list in the amount of $2,382,774.22. Comments or questions? Trustee Harrison?
Nothing for me.
Trustee Willis? Trustee Simpson?
Nothing.
Trustee Mason?
No, sir.
Trustee Roman?
No questions.
May I have a motion to approve the claims list, please?
So second.
Been moved by Trustee Willis, second by Trustee Harris-Jones. Roll call, please.
Trustee Harris-Jones?
Aye.
Trustee Willis?
Aye.
Trustee Simpson?
Aye.
Trustee Mason?
Aye.
Trustee Roman?
Aye.
The claims list is approved. Of that over $2 million claims list, 2 items comprise the majority of that list. Our payment to IRMA, our risk management insurance agency, was $1,488,000. 1 month's employees' health insurance, $286,000. Amounted to $1,774,000. 74% of that claims list, all insurance. Oaths of office. Mr. Berman.
Good evening, Board.
Good evening.
Thrilled to introduce 2 new hires for the Public Works Department. I'll begin this evening with Anthony Johnson. Anthony comes to us from Northwest Suburban Municipal Joint Action Water Agency, also known as JAWA, correct?
This is a mouthful.
It is a mouthful. Where he served as a water plant operator. Prior to his experience with that, he worked for the city of Des Plaines and for the village of Richmond Park. This evening, he is joined by family members, and again, we are very thrilled, and also I see the street department team in the back. We're thrilled to have him here, and we'll have you go get your oath of office.
You will raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Anthony Johnson, have been appointed to the office of street maintenance worker for the village of Homewood. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States. That I will support the Constitution of the United States. The Constitution of the State of Illinois. And the municipal ordinances of the village of Homewood. And I will faithfully discharge the duties of street maintenance worker according to the best of my ability.
Sorry.
A lot of work.
Our next hire, I'd like to welcome up Owen Kowalik. Owen joins the Public Works team. His previous employment was our Village of Flossmoor neighbor, where he served repairing water main, sewer lines, performing water meter exchanges, and carrying other utility responsibilities and duties. We're very thrilled to have him on the team, joining our utility department. He's joined this evening by members of our utility crew, and welcome to have you, man. Thank you.
Step forward for me. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Owen Kowalik,
I, Owen Kowalik,
have been appointed to
have been appointed to
the office of
the office of
utility maintenance worker
utility maintenance worker
for the village of Homewood.
for the village of Homewood.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States,
of the United States,
the Constitution
the
of
Constitution
the state of Illinois,
of the state of Illinois,
and the municipal ordinances
and the municipal ordinances
of the village of Homewood,
of the village of Homewood,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of office,
the duties of office,
utility maintenance worker,
utility maintenance worker,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Homewood.
Thank you. Thank you.
With that, may I have a motion to approve Resolution 3245 honoring Chief Denise McGrath upon her retirement?
So move. Second.
Been moved by Trustee Mason, seconded by Trustee Simpson. Roll call, please.
Trustee Harris Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Willis.
Aye.
Trustee Simpson.
Aye.
Trustee Mason.
Aye.
Trustee Roman.
Aye.
The motion is approved. Mr. Haney.
I'd like to read Chief McGrath's resolution. A resolution honoring Denise J. McGrath on her retirement from the Village of Homewood. Whereas Denise McGrath joined the Homewood Police Department on May 1st, 1995 as a full-time police officer. Denise previously worked as a police officer in South Holland and as a public safety dispatcher for the Homewood Police Department. And whereas Denise McGrath received her Bachelor's of Science degree in Public Safety Administration from Calumet College of St. Joseph in 2008, and her Master of Arts degree in Criminal Justice from Governor State University in 2013. And whereas Denise McGrath graduated from Northwestern University Traffic Institute School of Police Staff and Command in 2011, where she was elected by her classmates to the position of Co-Activities Director. And whereas Denise McGrath was promoted to the rank of Police Sergeant in 2008, appointed to Deputy Chief in 2012, and appointed as Chief of Police on February 26, 2021. And whereas Denise McGrath has had many special assignments during her career, including Field Training Officer, Detective, Accident Investigator, Field Training Coordinator, Detective Sergeant, and Range Master. And whereas Denise McGrath received the Cook County Sheriff's Award of Merit in 1999, and again in 2002, and has received numerous letters of appreciation and commendations during her career. And whereas Denise McGrath serves on the Board of Directors for the South Suburban Family Shelter, as well as for the Homewood Police Association, which she is a founding member of. And whereas Denise McGrath is an avid runner and has completed several marathons and half marathons, including the Chicago, New York City, and Boston marathons. And whereas Denise McGrath is a wealth of knowledge, a team builder, a go-to, an exemplary leader, a trusted confidant, and an advocate for fairness, equity, extending second chances, and offering others a clean slate. And whereas Denise McGrath is an innovator, a quintessential leader, a glass ceiling breaker, a leader, mentor, and word keeper. And whereas Denise McGrath is also a de facto and unlicensed, but highly effective psychiatrist, counselor, and attorney. And whereas Denise McGrath, through her servant leadership style of leading, has transformed the Homewood Police Department into a more cohesive, highly morale, and engaged department that serves Homewood with professionalism and pride. And whereas Denise McGrath is a leader who is respected and held in high esteem by her friends, professional peers, department heads, elected leaders, and members of the community for conducting herself and representing the Village of Homewood with the utmost concern for safety, fairness, service, enthusiasm, and professionalism. Is she crying yet? No. I'll keep going. Now therefore be it resolved by the President and Board of Trustees of the Village of Homewood, Cook County, Illinois, that Denise McGrath be honored and commended for 30 years of outstanding dedicated service to the citizens of Homewood. On behalf of the citizens of Homewood, the President and Board of Trustees hereby extend their best wishes to Chief McGrath as she enters her retirement. This resolution passed this 13th day of January 2025, signed by the village president himself and the village clerk. Chief, we're gonna miss you.
You bet.
Before Chief makes a speech, we have some gifts and some commendations we'd like to give to her on behalf of the village board, mayor and the village board and staff. First of all, I want to give something to Chief that many people have left here and left. They didn't take it with them. Many people regretted not taking this special thing with them. But Chief, it's a rare occasion that she's able to take hers with her. Her board nameplate, so we want to give that to you. Yeah. So to enlighten many, when you walk into Chief McGrath's office, she has a ton of these large coins displayed all over her desk. She even has them on her walls. These coins are shared amongst police personnel. Some are fun, and then there are coins that remember even fallen officers. Chief has tons of them, so I believe we figured out the best gift to give Chief McGrath, a challenge coin display.
There you go. Whoa, no, that's nice.
Chief, we thank you from again, the village board and from staff. You've been amazing. You've been an amazing leader and an exemplary leader. We appreciate you, and we're going to miss you. And we thank you for leaving us, Tom Johnson, of course. But we're going to miss you, so speech.
I have no speech, as many of you know. I like to keep it short and sweet. I've greatly appreciated all of the opportunities that I've had at Homewood over 30 years, starting as a dispatcher all the way up to chief. You know, I was treated with nothing but respect, kindness, enthusiasm, and I hope I leave the department with that as well. I know I leave it in good hands. I appreciate all the support that I have had from the mayor and all of the trustees and village manager Haney and assistant village manager and all of the department heads. I would stand up here for the next hour talking about the people at the department, but I know you want me to get out of here. So I will just say I am leaving you in the best hands possible. Chief Johnson on down through the department. It's an amazing department filled with amazing people, and they're going to continue the great legacy of service that I inherited, and they will continue. So thank you all.
So we have one more presentation from the fire department, Chief Bob Grabowski.
Thank you. I just want to take a brief moment. I'm not on the agenda here tonight. When I started here back in 2009, there were two things that were unpopular: the fire department and me. It was a long road to get where we're at now. But not too far after I became chief, Denise and Bill got promoted to deputy chief, and Larry Burnson was the chief. And for quite a while, those were my two go-to people. I mean, they really kind of looked out for me. I felt that way. They looked over, I'm sure it was going good for me, because it took a while to get us to where we had to go. But I'll never forget your kindness and all the effort that I got from you and Bill and Larry. They would take me out to lunch at least twice a month, make sure that
somebody was watching over me, and it really worked out, but I really appreciate your help with all that. And again, with the fire department, Napoleon said it many times, and managers before him, we've got a great staff, we really do. She's leaving the department in great hands, she got it from great people. And tonight, I just want to honor her. We usually don't give these away, but when a firefighter or a fire chief retires, they get two things. They get an axe, and then they get their shield for their helmet. And usually we'll give an honorary chief shield to somebody in the fire service. But you definitely deserve it. So wow. Let me do that. Congratulate you. Last but not least, one more coin. So we got one more coin.
There you go.
Congratulations.
No, I'm not.
Chief has made a mark on the Homewood Police Department and Fire Department. And on behalf of the board, we thank you and we wish you good times in your retirement. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Hear from the audience. If anyone in the audience would like to address the board on any subject not on the agenda, please raise your hand. Yes, ma'am. Come on up. Oh, sorry, good. Okay.
Good evening, Mayor, Village Board members, community at large. My name is Tanja Harper. I moved here and closed on my house May of 2024. I'm a mother, a grandmother, and a senior electrical engineer out of the University of Illinois at Chicago, class of 1990. I am here tonight because something deeply, seriously happened in our village that directly affected my family, my home, and my children. On December 16th, 2025, a search warrant was executed at my residence by the Homewood Police Department in connection with a DCFS investigation involving my minor infant grandson, who was my first grandson, who was only, at the time, 4 months old. There was a domestic violence incident with my daughter and her partner. December 10th, I actually called the Homewood Police Department and requested EMT service because my daughter, at the age of 16, was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. And after giving birth, she showed displays of postpartum depression. So she was taken from my residence in Homewood on December 10th to the South Suburban, hospital. And she was evaluated. It wasn't severe enough for an inpatient, so she was recommended outpatient treatment. So the search resulted in my detention on my property and the removal of the minor child from my care and the questioning of my 15-year-old son at his high school while he was taking his final exam. May I add, he was tracking to be number 1 out of his class of 2020, 2026, I believe. He's a sophomore at Homewood Flossmoor High School. Prior to this incident, a DCFS investigator from Harvey already came to my home, inspected it, and determined that my home was a safe placement for the infant. I was instructed not to release the child to his mother due to safety concerns. I witnessed her throw her child and attack her partner. So I don't advocate domestic violence. I don't care who it comes from. That's my stand. And it was my daughter who was the instigator, and I told her she was wrong. And I told the young man it's unacceptable to let anyone hit you. Despite that, law enforcement later executed a search warrant at my home. I was not given a copy of the warrant at the time. I have since confirmed with the Cook County Juvenile Court clerk that there is no juvenile case that was ever open for my grandson. I've never been before a judge regarding his removal. To this day, I have not been told where he is or who legally has custody of him. At the same time, a detective went to Homewood Flossmoor High School, removed my son from a final exam, and questioned him alone without parental consent. My son came home fearful and distressed. He has since been referred to counseling. I want to be clear, I'm not here to attack individual officers. I am here to ask for transparency, accountability, and assurance that Homewood residents' constitutional rights are being respected. When the police entered my home under a warrant and detained me and removed the child, the community deserves to know.
Ma'am, your time is up.
I didn't know there was a time
Yes,
limit.
ma'am.
Okay, so I'll continue this at the next meeting. I want the community at large to know what is going on.
Thank you.
In Homewood. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else who would like to address the board this evening? Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Hi, Amy Crump, Homewood resident. I have two things to talk about tonight. After spending last year giving you book reports from On Disinformation by Lee McIntyre and On Tyranny by Timothy Snyder, I thought I might mix it up a little bit. One thing we keep hearing about is this idea of other. Others are to blame for all the supposed wrongs. Others are included in the so-called swamp of government, made up of people who make their living from taxpayers' money, but supposedly add no value to our individual lives. Who is Government? The Untold Story of Public Service by Michael Lewis and others dispels the myth of this swamp by offering examples of civil servants who make an impact that affect everyone in this country. Chapter 1 focuses on the Sammys, which is an award that was started in 2002 to recognize extraordinary deeds inside the federal government. Some of the winners include 2 FBI agents who cracked the cold case of the 1963 Baptist church bombing in Birmingham, and a man inside the Energy Department who was given the task of cleaning up a massive nuclear waste dump near Denver. It was big enough to fill 90 miles of railroad cars. He finished the project $30 million under budget and 60 years ahead of schedule. And on the 2025 list is a man inside the EPA who conceived and put in place a service called Air Now, which supplies Americans with the best air quality reports in the world, and a man named Christopher Mark, a former coal miner who developed industry standards in coal mines, leading to the first year in recorded history of no fatalities due to roof falls in coal mines back in 2016. Prior to that year, about 100 miners per year died in roof falls. And then between 2016 and 2022, only 3 miners died in coal miner roof falls. No one ever told Christopher Mark to invent better safety rules, but his roof ratings are now used all over the world. He has been quoted as saying, "Technology transfer has always been central to what I do. If you don't transfer it, you're just wasting taxpayers' money." I will tell you more about it at the next meeting. And my second thing is an announcement. If anyone in the community is searching for other communities where your voice can join others in resistance to the spread of fascism and wishing that there was something happening in your own backyard, you are invited to join residents of HF and surrounding communities for a peaceful gathering where we will be celebrating our commitment to justice and dignity for all people. We have a DREAM rally. DREAM stands for Democracy Restored, Every Action Matters. Is Monday, January 19th from 1 to 2 at the Homewood Veterans Memorial. Yes, we will be outside. Yes, it will be cold, but we're only going to be there for an hour, so feel free to come for as much or as little time as you can. Carry signs, bang a drum, chant pro-democracy slogans, and feel connected to the powerful majority of people who are working to bring about change. Thank you so much.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the board this evening? Yes, ma'am. I should have made it clear, it's 3-minute time limit.
That's fine.
She's talking for both of us.
Okay.
Hi, hello. So we're here because we're obviously residents of Homewood. We are having an issue with one of our neighbors. The house is being rented. The neighbors have been there for over a year. Pretty much they are a disturbance to the entire neighborhood from Dixie Highway through Harwood or Western Avenue there. There's drug dealings, there's nuisances.
And we have videos about this.
Videos of everything, unsupervised children, and they're the immediate neighbors, I'm just one person over from them, but they have called the police several times. At this point, the family lived in Park Forest before, and they had 35+ neighbor complaints where Park Forest Police finally was able to, I don't know, some way, somehow charge them and get them out of the neighborhood. So we are here for some type of a answer type of.
We don't know what
Have you
direction to
spoken to
go.
the police department?
We have many times.
Yes.
Okay.
I have myself had probably at least 6 reports. I know she's had some.
I've called once.
And a couple of the other neighbors
But
have
have
called
you
too.
actually spoken to chief or deputy
Yep,
chief?
but not the, no, not the deputy chief.
Okay. Why don't you talk to the chief after the meeting?
Okay, okay.
Yep.
So,
Get-
yeah,
get
we
all
just
the
wanted to know
information.
what we can do.
We're
So we'll
just,
start
we're
there.
lost in what we're supposed to do next.
The chief is a gentleman there in the white shirt.
Okay, thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak before the board this evening? Mr. Landry.
Good evening, for the record, D-O-Y-L-E, L-A-N, Landry, as a United States Marine Corps veteran. And I'm actually changing up what I was going to start about because, little horse. Miss, I don't know you.
Miss Harper.
Right.
I think I met you at the school or you a couple months ago.
Oh, well, I guess we did.
That's the library.
Go ahead, Mr. Landry.
We did. Okay. But in terms of transparency, during my father's lifetime, he was bipolar. And so I heard different when you were speaking. And I just wanted to thank you for your transparency about your daughter because it is personal. And most parents can't do that. So just need to say that. Right? So the audacity, and audacity is not a bad thing because that was titled one of Barack Obama's books. The audacity of the trustee directly to my right. So at the last board meeting on December 9th, I was dealing with a deep family issue as it relates to combination of autism and grief. And so the terrific trustee to the right of me listened and heard. So there wasn't a meeting until now. It was really important for me about the audacity of the trustee to the right of me. Thank you. She knows exactly what she did. And my point in that is, that's something that was taught in terms of the Landry children, that you think is a card. So when I say I changed up what I started with, that's actually something that my bipolar but brilliant father would always do. The other thing I just wanted to say as it relates to sometimes you've been there, I just want you to think tonight about Linda Brown. If you don't know the name of the news, Google her. Because some people need that one person in their life to snatch them up and remind them that they matter. 25 years ago, I was Antoine Brown. We don't want to delve most. So I just want you to think about that from the standpoint of mental health. Then finally, 3 days before my birthday is the man with the monitor. So if you all didn't know, Mr. Crump's birthday is the 17th.
Mr. Landry, on behalf of the board, maybe we be the first happy birthday. Is there anyone else who wants to speak before the board this evening? If not, the consent agenda, Ms. Flores.
We ask the board to consider a motion to pass, approve, authorize, accept, or award the following items. Accept the 2025 annual reports of the Beautification Committee and the Tree Committee. Approve the reappointment of Odell Fields to the Ethics Commission for a 3-year term ending on January 13th, 2029. Pass amended resolution R3246 supporting the Class A Cook County real estate tax classification for the property located at 17911 Harwood Avenue, owned by Beverly Spearman of the Spearman Firm LLC. Approve the purchase of network switches from Urban Communications of Oak Forest via Ruckus Network of Sunnyvale, California, the lowest responsible bidder, in the amount of $77,647.72. Pass ordinance M2392 approving a plat of subdivision in the Washington Park Commercial Subdivision at 17748 through 17956 Halsted Street. We ask the board to approve a budget amendment in the amount of $57,642, waive competitive bidding due to the utilization of a vendor through a purchasing cooperative, and authorize the purchase of one Ford Utility Police Interceptor from Curry Motor Fleet of Frankfurt in the amount of $45,142, and the purchase of lighting accessories and equipment in the amount of $12,500, for a total amount not to exceed $57,642. Waive competitive bidding due to utilizing a vendor through the Suburban Purchasing Cooperative, and approve the purchase of one 2026 Ford Transit cargo low roof van from Curry Motors of Frankfurt in the amount of $49,764, plus additional equipment in the amount of $9,221.27, and uplifting the vehicle in the amount of $6,000 for a total amount of $64,985.27. We ask the board to pass ordinance M2393 authorizing the village manager to sell or dispose of 2015 Chevy City Express van by intergovernmental sale or auction, trade-in, private sale, or a sealed bid.
Thank you. Any comments or questions from anyone in the audience? Board comments? Trustee Harris-Jones?
Nothing for me.
Trustee Willis? Trustee Simpson?
Nothing for me.
Trustee Mason?
No, sir.
Trustee Roman?
Nothing for me.
I have a motion to approve the items on the consent agenda, please.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Trustee
Mason.
Mason, seconded by Trustee Harris-Jones. Roll call, please.
Trustee Harris-Jones?
Aye.
Trustee Willis?
Aye.
Trustee Simpson?
Aye.
Trustee Mason?
Aye.
Trustee Roman?
Aye.
Consent agenda is approved. Old business. Economic Development Director Angela Maceris and Assistant Economic Development Director Noah Schumert will give us the proposals received for the development of 2024 Chestnut and 2066 Ridge Road. Terrence? That's not working.
This one's not on.
Good job, Terrence.
Are we ready on those?
Get started.
Go right ahead.
You want me to go ahead?
start.
Okay. Good evening. Oh, we got it. Thank you. Good evening. Tonight we are going to talk to you about, with an update on our proposals for the downtown transit-oriented development project. So the village owns 2 properties.
It'll be a scroll.
Scroll. The village owns 2.
Great. Okay, we got it. Two properties in downtown that have been identified for redevelopment. The first is the 2066 Ridge building at the corner of Harwood and Ridge that we refer to as the Matrix building. And the second is 2024 Chestnut Road, which is currently used as our Village Hall public parking lot. So in September, staff put out a request for proposals and for qualified developers for mixed use and residential. And in December, we presented 6 responses to that proposal. So staff from various departments since that time have interviewed each of the respondents and worked with the proposal teams to2 some details on design, parking, and incentive requests. And tonight we're going to present 4 of those properties to you. One of the proposals from the developer of the Hartford building has withdrawn their proposal due to some financing questions. And then the second proposal, Larger Than Life, which was for a what was it called? Culinary Institute residential program. They did not comply with our current zoning regulations or kind of with our vision for transit-oriented development. We do plan to talk to them though. Their program is really amazing and we'd love to have them someplace in Homewood, so we want to talk to them about other locations. But tonight we're going to talk through with you the 4 proposals that remain. And Noah will start with the first.
Excellent.
We lost our TV.
We need to remind me later.
All right.
Thank you.
So the first proposal is by Granite Realty Partners. They are proposing buildings on both sites, 2024 Chestnut, that's the Village Hall site, which you'll see on the screen here, and 2066 Ridge Road. You'll note here the Village Hall in the background as well to give you some context of what you're looking at. So what they're proposing is a development of a all residential development on the 2024 Chestnut site. And then a mixed-use building on the 2066 Ridge Road site that would have commercial with residential above. On that Village Hall site, you'd be looking at about 78 apartments, market rate apartments, 1 and 2 bedroom. So that how this would function is this would be a 4-story building on top of a 1-story parking podium. So the full ground floor would be parking. And so 70 to 80 of those spaces would be dedicated for residential use, and 20 to 30 of them would be dedicated for public use for Village Hall employees, site visitors to this area, things like that. So they'll have a large amenity deck on the 2nd floor, which you can see in the second image on the bottom right, that the building would kind of wrap around, and then some additional amenities on the 2nd floor as well. Likewise, looking at the site of the current Matrix building, you're looking at about 42 market rate apartments, 1 and 2 bedroom as well, and a 5-story building with about 6,000 square feet of commercial space, and some surface parking in the rear of that development as well. So those are some initial renderings that you can take a look at for their proposal for that site as well. And then Angela will present our next proposal.
So the second proposal is from the Southland Development Authority in partnership with Edward Peck Design and Kaufman Jacobs Investments. The Southland Development Authority is a nonprofit public-private partnership that was launched in 2019 to promote economic growth in Chicago's south suburbs. And so for this proposal, the SDA, the Southland Development Authority, has gathered a development team with a broad range of experience in mixed-use, multiple family, and community-focused development projects. And they have proposed plans for both properties. The plans include, if you look at C here, that is public open space. And letter D is a two-level parking garage that includes public parking as well as private parking for the apartments. So Water Tower Place, which is on the Water Tower, I guess, which is on the Chestnut lot, the Village Hall parking lot, is 85 market rate apartments, 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms, with a small cafe, restaurant, or retail on the corner of Chestnut and Harwood, which is about 2,000 square feet. And the parking structure adjacent to the building would have 85 spaces for the residents of the apartment, 51 public spaces, 16 covered spaces for public safety, and 6 additional short-term visitor spaces. The other proposal for the matrix is called the line. It's 22 market rate apartments, larger apartments, 2 and 3 bedroom, with a 2,400 square foot commercial space. This is on the corner, this is on Ridge Road and Harwood. Again, there's a public plaza proposed, if you look to the east of where the matrix building sits now.
All right, then I will introduce the third proposal, which is proposed by Holiday Properties. They are looking to do another mixed-use concept as well, and their proposal currently primarily focuses on the 2024 Chestnut site, but they also have a development concept for the 2066 Ridge site. So what they're proposing is a 110 market rate apartments, a mixture of 1 and 2 bedroom, in a 5-story structure. The first floor, as well as 1 floor of underground space, would be used for parking for about 140 spaces to support that development. That would be parking that is dedicated and secured for that development itself. They would have a large outdoor amenity deck, and then would also build a plaza and a small commercial space on the corner of Chestnut and Harwood, just to, and again, kind of embrace that corner there with that design. So what you see in the rendering here is their proposal for that design. And then for the 2066 Ridge Road site, the developer has a strong interest in developing this site, but would need to pursue land acquisition of surrounding properties to make that development feasible. But they're interested in acquiring that property with the interest of expanding that property to create a larger development concept in that vicinity. And so there's an image there that has some kind of vision concepts of what they would like that space to look like, or kind of the direction they'd like to go with that property. And the goal for that would be to create a retail-forward mixed-use development site with a significant commercial presence.
The fourth and final proposal is from Far South Community Development Corporation. They're in partnership with Seek Design and Architecture and BOA Construction as their general contractor. Far South CDC is a Chicago-based nonprofit that is focused on community revitalization, economic development, and social justice in Chicago's far south side neighbors and the south suburban Cook County. They offer housing support, business assistance, and advocate for affordable housing and development. This proposal is also for both sites, and it includes a larger commercial presence on the Village Hall parking lot site that would be a grocery store. This one includes 72 apartments, 1, 2, 3, and 4 bedroom apartments. It is partly funded through low-income housing tax credits, which means that each building would have a percentage of affordable housing as a component. It's a 4-story mixed building. As I said, it's a larger commercial presence on the Village Hall parking lot with 11,000 square feet of commercial space for a grocer. And it has covered parking spaces. Originally, the project did not, but they have revised the project to include parking both for residents as well as for public safety and village vehicles. On Ridge and Harwood, that would have 39 apartments, 5-story building with a commercial presence on the corner as well.
So in summation, these developments are proposing similar concepts for the development, for downtown development, a generally mixed use presence, trying to support the goals that we put forth in the 2024 Transit-Oriented Development Master Plan. You can see that similarity in this table. All of them are proposing at least 100 residential units. And all of them have some commercial component, although the scale of that varies. For example, Far South CDC is proposing a significantly larger commercial presence for their proposed tenant mix. Their parking situation, generally we have supported that balance in a transit-oriented development of balancing the space required for parking with the ability to have transit access. And so finding that mix of what works best for the context of development here in Homewood. So you'll notice the parking numbers below. It is worth noting the Southland Development Authority had the parking garage that also had some additional public spaces. And then all of them have committed to supporting the village's goals of having public safety vehicle parking here adjacent to the property as well.
And this shows you that all of the projects are, and the apartments are very high in community and amenities, both for the community as well as for the residents. So we have outdoor common decks, we have balconies for most of the properties, fitness centers, bicycle storage on each of these properties.
And so we just wanted to present the criteria that staff will be using to begin to evaluate these proposals. As we mentioned, once we narrowed this down, we will narrow them down again by doing a formal evaluation where we look at all different factors of this project. We will use the revised proposals we have, the interviews that we've had with them, and the project data that we have to evaluate them against this criteria. So things such as positive fiscal impact, how these projects will positively impact the new TIF district that's being established in this area, again, overall public benefit of that project in terms of the finances of the project. We're looking at that. Meeting our housing needs and our housing goals for downtown, say through our downtown TOD plan. The quality of project design, we want this to be a project that lasts a long time in Homewood. It's a kind of capstone type of project with development in downtown Homewood, so ensuring the quality matches the aims of the project in that respect. Manages site needs, utilities, parking, the nuts and bolts of making a project work for this context. Project experience, managing open space, and providing some open space for our downtown district. Highest and best use and plan conformance. Some of those criteria you've seen before, and some of them are unique to this project because of the unique goals that are part of this project evaluation. So we'll use these criteria, and you'll get a memo with a recommendation in future meetings using this criteria.
So next steps. Staff will continue to evaluate all the proposals, all four, and return to the village board at a future meeting with the recommendation for a finalist to be our chosen developer. After we make that decision, then we will need to solicit for alternative proposals to that one proposal, which will be at probably the next meeting in January, at the end of January. And the next steps for the detailed staff analysis do include evaluation of the projected TIF increment and any incentive requests. We will have our consultant do that before the next meeting, and staff will put together a team that will look at these factors in more detail. And I want to say that this evening, we do have representatives from each of the development teams present, and they're available to answer any questions that you have at this time.
Thank you. We do have representatives from the different groups here today. Let's go in the order that you had presented. Granite is here, Mr. Smith. Anybody?
And Mr. Hawley, Rob Hawley is also here.
Okay, any comments you would like to make?
Sure. Come on up.
Sure. This would be Granite.
This would be Granite. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening. We're always appreciative of an opportunity to make a proposal and appreciate being here. Thank you very much. As an aside, you've got really good staff. They really do a great job. As another side, we're part of the team that did buy Park West Plaza. So we are owners in Homewood. The last 3 months, we've spent $300,000 putting on a new roof, new parking lot, new lighting, new signage, new sidewalk, and the new facade will go up in the springtime. So we are very excited to be here and have had a great working relationship with staff. So just very quickly, so you know who we are, I am Rob Pally, co-founder of Granite. This is our 28th year in business. It's my 40th year in the commercial real estate business, and we've done more than $1 billion of commercial real estate. I've been in Chicago for 50 years. My freshman year roommate is from Flossmoor, so first time I came down here probably was in 1977. So very quickly, we are a diverse real estate development company, but On the multifamily side, there are a couple of highlights we'd like to make. One is we did buy the 200-acre Motorola corporate campus in Schaumburg and did a $10 million TIF with the village of Schaumburg. We've done a Topgolf, we've done a corporate headquarters, we've done D.R. Horton did 200 townhouses, and we did 240 apartments there. So that was a collaborative public-private partnership in terms of a multifamily deal. We are about 8 weeks away from an approval in Romeoville, where we're gonna build 107 market rate apartments on a village-owned parcel with TIF, with about 9 months of collaboration with village staff in terms of what that project was gonna be. We are working with the city of Elgin now, an entire city block, to build 40 townhouses on city-owned land, where they would also like multifamily, again, a public-private partnership. And we're doing the same thing in Bloomingdale, where we're working on a wooded, watershed, difficult to develop site with the city of Bloomingdale to bring multifamily housing to them. We have developed or owned or renovated in Evanston, Oak Park, River Forest, Chicago, Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Forest Park, and LaGrange. And we're probably down here every week these days. And I can be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Come in.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
My question is, have you done, and this will be for all the other developers.
Sure.
Have you done a power study? And I mean, load letters, capacity, if you're gonna incorporate renewable energies. I know it's early.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I know it's really early in the project.
Yeah, that would be my answer. We would do that in any project. We do a photometric study where the shadows are gonna be. We would do a noise study. We do traffic studies. That's part of any typical development. Any impact on utilities, results on taxes, and obviously renewable energy. I mean, Illinois now requires charging stations for any multifamily. And as part of, once someone's approved is when we work with staff to get all that done before the final approval and permits. And I think every developer would say the same. And one other comment, I think it's really clear, these are all really good proposals, and it's clear that every site lends itself to kind of the same thing, and we, just for the record, would be happy to do one or two or both or none. It's not an all, it's not an all or none, whatever works. Thank you, sir.
Enough, thank you. The second proposal in order was Southland Development Authority, Brian Mott, Ed Peck. Brian's a gentleman with a tie, a Homewood resident.
Yes, that's right. Edward is an Olympia Fields resident, so just down the road we count him honorary. So I'm from the Southland Development Authority. As Angela mentioned, we've been around for about 5 years now. We're tasked with fostering economic development and growth throughout the Southland. So we represent, I think, 45 member municipalities, and Homewood is kind of right in the middle of that, and it's my home. And so we have a very local team that's very invested in, you know, this isn't just another project, it's our backyard, and it's the downtown where I spend my weekends and go to see the farmers markets in the summers. And so we're really thrilled. Edward Peck, you know, is kind of a world-class architect. Do you want to speak for a minute just about the designs and sort of the mentality and thinking behind those?
Sure. I mean, we love this site. I mean, we're all a local team, which I think is really quite interesting. David Augusto, who's not here, is a Flossmoor resident of 29 years. My kids, even though we're across Vollmer, we are part of the HF school district. So we're down here in this community. And so we kind of understand the site. And like it was said, these are challenging sites in a way, because especially the Matrix building. But we are trying to work with very efficient, economical sort of solutions that also give back to the community. So like you'll see in our proposal, we had a significant amount of public space, open space. I'm married to a really talented landscape architect, and I cannot do a building without integrating landscape and plazas and the public into that. And so everything that we do, we find ways to kind of squeeze out and develop sort of public land and open space. And you'll see that in our proposal, because we feel that more than just the residents that are in the buildings, the public needs to be integrated and become a part of that. So we've done a couple unique moves with the Matrix building, able to kind of develop a park there as well along Ridge Road, which is originally how the Matrix building was configured. So the Matrix building, the white building there, is a two-phased building. The second phased is actually where we have the park. So we're essentially building back where just phase one of that original mid-century building was. And then the other building, we pushed the parking garage back and then developed this little plaza there that you can meet and greet and, you know, and connect to the farmer's market and all the activities that happen down here. But what we do have is this really sort of urban street facade along Harwood that is kind of the new gateway coming on the Metro as you look off to your east. So we feel that we've done a pretty good, but this is preliminary, this is concept, this is something we hope to work with the community if we're selected for this and move forward as well.
Just wanted to add two things as well. I forget, somebody mentioned earlier, but yeah, we also view this as kind of the gateway to Homewood, right? Like Homewood is it's a Metro train town. And so this is kind of the first thing that a lot of people will see when they come to Homewood or when they pass Homewood. So it was really important to kind of really be design forward and design a building that, well, design two buildings that really look beautiful and striking, but also are like made of really high quality materials that are going to age well. We always try to think forward and make what we call 100-year decisions. You know, it's easy to build a building that's going to look fine in 3 years and then fall off, but we want these buildings to be here for the long term, and we want to plan accordingly. And the other note is, you know, parking, we understand, is kind of one of the salient political issues in Homewood. Everyone's got a feeling about parking downtown. And so not only do we want to make sure we build plenty of parking, but it's designed in a way that, like, the pylons that hold the parking deck are easily retrofittable, that if, you know, 5-10 years down the road, it turns out, hey, we need even additional parking downtown, it would be much cheaper and easier to add an additional deck to that. If it, you know, it's like a cheap thing we can do kind of upfront that makes future proofing a little bit easier. But yeah, I think that's all we have for ours. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I guess any other open questions?
Yeah. Would you do one or do you want both?
I mean, I think we're pretty amenable to anything and everything. Like, as a community, economic development nonprofit, you know, our charge is to get good things built in the Southland that are going to be good for the community. So I guess similar to what the previous gentleman said, you know, one, both, none. We'd love to be involved in whatever happens, because
As the SDA, we'll be involved in whatever you decide. We're here to support the Southland community and economic growth here, so.
Yeah, and likewise are in additional talks to try to acquire additional property downtown to kind of do a whole facelift throughout downtown.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now Halliday. Mike, Don?
Good evening, everybody. Don Tomei, Mike O'Connor with Holiday Properties. We were founded in 1952. We're based in South Bend, Indiana. Mike and I were missing a team member tonight, Drew Mitchell. But our main focus is exactly this type of project, is transit-oriented, Class A, multifamily development. And, you know, we traced the train line throughout suburban Chicago, and just wanted to give compliments to Angela and Noah. They found us through our relationship in Westmont and came to see one of our buildings, and we really fallen in love with Homewood ever since. But Mike here with me, he can talk a little bit about the project and answer questions that you have.
Thanks, Don. I'm Michael O'Connor. I've been with the company since 2013. The company, Donald said, was founded in 1952. One of our missions and goals for the company is to become a 100-year-old company, and we're on their way. I may not be there, but Donald will. Our office in Clarendon Hills, we're based in South Bend. We have an office in Portage, Indiana, Indianapolis, Nashville, Orlando, Charlotte, and Washington, D.C. area. Our office in Clarendon Hills focuses on transit-oriented development, as well as hospitality. We have a significant hospitality portfolio, hotels of all different varieties. And we bring a hospitality focus to our transit-oriented development projects. Entering the building, it feels like you're entering a nice hotel with generous lobby, leasing concierge person, not 24/7, but there's someone there most of the time during the business day and on the weekends. And we size the building such that it's small enough that everyone kind of can get to know each other. It becomes a real community where people are welcomed every day when they come and go as they do live their lives. That's what we'd like to create here in Homewood. And we were brought into this to look at this RFP fairly close to the point of time to submit. So we think there's a lot more that we can do to meet the requirements and kind of polish the design. So that's what we intend to do if we're selected. And we work closely with Tandem Architecture. We've developed buildings with Tandem in Downers Grove, Westmont, Lombard, Glen Ellen, Itasca, Wooddale, all throughout suburban Chicago, elsewhere in Indiana as well. And Chris has been our award-winning design lead. And I'll let Chris come up and talk for a minute about the design of the project, if you want, Chris.
Yeah, just a few points here that, as Mike pointed out, this is what Holiday does, or this group of the Holiday Properties does. They specialize in these TOD buildings. We've done several. They're very successful. They know what they're doing. They've brought their experience from hotels and other developments, and their experience for a long time. The other thing I'll say is they use high-end materials that I never thought they could afford, but they build the buildings I designed. And what you see, I will say, when I've designed a picture, it ends up getting built. So I give them kudos as an architect that if they promise they're going to do something, they do it. And they do all the amenities, and the thing you should really consider, whoever you bring really should have a building where people want to live, where they do the club room, they have the concierge service, which is a big thing. We do buildings and high rises downtown, and these are things that keep people there. And the key to these buildings is that you want people to come here who are going to start their lives in Homewood. They get their doctor here. They bring their kids to kindergarten. They buy your house later. They become members of the community, and these are really the incubators for the community, and these are really important buildings. So take your time, make the right decision.
Okay.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And number 4 is the Far South Community Development Corporation.
Good evening, board. Good evening to the staff of the village, and thank you for this generous opportunity to be able to present and be able to apply for this RFP. My name is Abraham Lacey. I'm the president of the Far South Community Development Corporation. We've been around since 1977. We primarily work in the city of Chicago, but we have been branching out into a lot of the south suburbs, even further south into the south of Illinois. And so our name Far South is really becoming Far South. I'm joined here tonight with my VP of Planning, which is Katanya Raby, to my left, and to our program project coordinator, Will Bowman. We have a partnership with Seek Architecture and also Boa Construction. Both Boa and I are residents of Hazel Crest, so I moved here about 4 years ago, and Boa's Leaf Fancher has been here for about over 20 years. So a lot of ties to the neighborhood. Our organization, we are a full service nonprofit organization. Not only do we look to do development, but we also help residents. So we are a HUD certified housing counseling agency where we have worked now with about 10,000 residents. So it's not just about bringing new residents in, but it's also supporting existing residents. Those services include foreclosure prevention, which we hit a landmark. We helped save more than 1,000 people from losing their homes due to foreclosure. We have helped more than 400 buy their first home. And we have worked with numerous on financial education in budgeting for their homes. So we're a full service organization. We also do business services. So we work with small businesses and large businesses. We're in the process right now. We bought a 4-acre plaza just in the city of Chicago, along with another 12 acres that we're now working on right now with the mixed use development. That would incorporate about 244 new units of housing. We're also working with the city of Chicago on the Missing Middle Initiative, which is to build Missing Middle Initiative housing for those who are right in the middle, who are not low income, but for those, and not wealthy, but right in the middle class. And so we're building about 20 units starting in the spring in the city of Chicago in the Morgan Park neighborhood. This project is really close to heart here, and one, because I'm a rock throw away from this, but our focus has always been on transit-oriented development projects. We're working right now on several projects, one in the city, two I should say in the city, that deals with the Red Line Extension, which we were one of the pivotal organizations that helped bring the Red Line Extension, which is a $5.7 billion project going through the far south side of Chicago. We're actually been selected by the city of Chicago to do a mixed-use development at 6 acres next to one of the train lines. We're also, as I mentioned, Morgan Park Commons, which is a 12-acre site that we're starting construction on in the summer on phase 1 of 70 units. When we think about projects like this, we look at how do we make this equitable for everyone to live in. So we do have affordable units in this building too, because one of the things that we get is folks who say that is our neighborhoods out of touch or out of reach for me. And we want to make sure that folks have the opportunity, an equitable opportunity, to be able to live in one of the best neighborhoods in Illinois. So we do have some affordable units in here, but majority are market rate. We did expound a lot on retail. We do believe that, in the essence of rooftops, retail follows rooftops. We do believe that there is quite a bit of residents that we will bring to this intersection. And most importantly, we wanted to create a walkable neighborhood. We didn't want this to be as focused on car-centric. We wanted people who are going to live here to be able to walk around and enjoy the amenities that we're bringing here. And that's why on the Ridge project, we're introducing a rooftop restaurant that will go to the top of this as well. So we're very excited about this. And to answer your question that you initially raised to the other groups, we do want both sides. As clear as day. We do want both sides. We believe that both of them together will work well together as we design them, because we design them for both to be hand in hand. So if you have any questions for us, we're around. If you need us to come in and do even more deeper presentation, we can. So that's
You'll be working with our staff.
Yes, our staff is amazing. Your staff is amazing. I mean, they have been really, forthcoming and the questions and follow-ups. So we really do appreciate it. Initially, as I stated, we didn't have parking in the second building, but we worked with them to bring the parking, the 72 parking spaces in the Chestnut and Harwood building. So, because transit development is less about parking and more about how to utilize the rail system or the intermodal system. But we also want to be cognizant of the parking dynamics of the site as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, it's very exciting that we have 4 very, very good bids on the 2 sites. The board will anxiously await the staff's recommendation, and you have a lot to do as far as whittling those down. We like your criteria, at least I, and we look forward to what you're saying. Okay. General board discussion.
I would like to thank everyone for coming out to our meeting tonight, and I hope that everyone had a great, great holiday season.
Trustee Willis.
I want to thank our new Police Chief Tom Johnson for meeting with Trustee Harris Jones and I this afternoon. It was a great discussion. We got to learn a lot about philosophy, priorities, and his leadership style. It was a very positive meeting, and I've always really liked and respected Chief McGrath, and was really sorry to see her go, but I'm happy to say that after meeting with Chief Johnson, I'm confident that Homeless Police Department is in very good hands, and we're happy. Thanks.
Thank you. I had a question. I would like to see, before the proposals come out again, what the safety and security strategies might be. The only reason I'm asking that is, being in law enforcement, sometimes when we get these buildings, they present unique challenges for the police department. So I'd like to, we're talking that a lot of people in some of those buildings. So that would just be something I'd like to see, access, safety, security strategies, concepts, whatever they think. So the next thing is, yes, I'd like to welcome Tom Johnson as the chief of police. I worked with Tom for over 20 years when I was at the police department, and I agree he is going to be a great chief, highly educated, highly respected in the law enforcement community, very knowledgeable. He has done a lot in law enforcement, and he is going to be a very, very effective and professional leader for the police department. So I'm very, very proud of Tom that he got that, and I know he'll do a good job for us.
Trustee Mason.
Thank you all for coming out tonight. I hope everybody had a great New Year, great holidays. It's nice to be back. I almost forgot that we had board meetings, so I got to get back in the swing of things, but I managed to make it tonight. So thank you all for coming out. Chief Johnson, congratulations. I look forward to our meeting. Look forward to working with you. You've always been nothing but professional in our meetings and our interaction before, so we look forward to the things that you'll do for this department. I know Chief McGrath is gone, but wanted to just wish her well. I think everything has been said, but she'll be missed, and I hope she's not a stranger in the years to come. So that's it.
Trustee Roman.
I echo everything that has been said. I look forward to our meeting. Congratulations on your new position. I told Chief McGrath that you're going to regret giving me your cell phone number because I text her pictures of the school drop-off line every morning and the crazy drivers. So now you will get the privilege of all of my
He loves the text.
all of my. Sometimes it's video. So now you will get all of those. But congratulations, and I'm very excited to see where you take the police department. And thank you everyone for being here. I think these 4 proposals are amazing.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to hear more about them. And each one of them has in my opinion, something very interesting and unique.
Yeah.
So I look forward to hearing more from the staff and more about the proposals. So thank you all.
Again, thank you all for being here. This has been a very good meeting. Appreciate all of your input. And with that, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Oh, second.
Been moved by Trustee Simpson, seconded by Trustee Roman. Roll call, please.
Trustee Harris-Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Willis. Trustee Simpson.
Aye.
Trustee Mason.
Aye.
Trustee Roman.
Aye.
We stand adjourned. Thank you all.